Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more home. Today we are in the old auto parts factory, and as I was saying in the last episode, it seems like the story has gotten a little bit deeper. It seems like our guy here isn't just some new, um, somebody who newly moved to this town, but has been here for many years, and 3 years ago was laid off from this very factory. So it seems like it was shut tight. There was a rusty looking card slot on the side. It seems like it's very possible that we could be the killer or the person responsible for all this bad stuff. It seemed like after the whole shutdown of the factory, our character wasn't super excited or happy or positive. The door had been hastily barred up. Okay, so we need something to open that. Whereas other people were like okay with it, they were positive on the whole thing. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented, like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. My head ached, and I recalled the last time Norman, Rachel, and I had lunch together. Rachel seemed so much more at ease when we all hung out. Interesting. Another panel that I hoped could go. Did it? Yes. Power is on. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Yes, I need that. Yeah. Let's go in here and see what's what. Another locker. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did it? Yes, I did. Oh, let's turn this on. Okay. Okay, we've got the power back onto the building. Awesome. So let's go check. We've got that other room that has been barred up. Let's go break open that door and see what's in there. Man, it seems like I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I'd removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. This was my locker. There in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. This room was nothing but bad memories. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. Maybe that guard outside caught him hiding up here. Man, it's looking more and more like this guy had like some sort of psychotic break after he got laid off and began drinking. And let's see, there was a room with a card reader. Was it in here? Yes, the key card I found seemed like it would pass through the wrist reader. Yeah. There was some kind of ventilation hat. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt on it, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? No. Yeah, there's probably another way. Oh, crap. Well, looks like we're jumping. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily and was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Yes. Most of the letter was violently scratched out, with what looked to be a bubble pen. All I could make out was need to, just don't, drinking, need, Norman. Who was Norman writing to? I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell, of its memories. I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? What about Norman? And who had rooted through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to a road, get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turnoff to the factory, if I remembered correctly. Man, so I think we made a bad choice there. And, sounds like someone is following me. Oh, man. Okay, so... Yeah, I'm thinking our guy had a break, some sort of psychotic break, and, maybe he's the bad guy. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out of one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes. I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet, next to my credit card. It sounded like it was going to start raining again. Great. Man, I shouldn't have gone to that card reader room. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for a faint sound of a television. Yo, Norman, you here, buddy? The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Great. Seems like bad news all the way around. Oh, Norman. It looks more and more like... What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? A speck of something dark and wet stained one of the sleeves. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots in the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would have fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? Yes. I carefully pushed the piece back in its place and felt a great burden lifted. I'm starting to think, that Rachel was worried about our guy here who had been drinking and going off the handle, I assume. The TV still flickered, some indecipherable channel. I couldn't make out what was on the screen, but its glowing just gave me chills. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of the few friends I had in town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. Looked like he had been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yes. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think any more about what was going on. I hope to hell Rachel had nothing to do with that mess. Oh, maybe... This is just a mess, is what it is. We have no idea really what's going on. I mean, we could try to piece together. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. I'd never been to Norman's place before. At least I don't remember ever doing so. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. Did I dig through that mess, did I? I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. There were takeout containers and food scraps. Looked like Norman was eating for 2. I mean, I don't have a key, but I could use the hairpin to pick the lock, maybe. I mean, I think pretty much everybody thinks they can do that, even though it's pretty much a skill you have to train at. Even if it's easy to pick up, you do have to practice at it before you can actually do it. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. I wonder if someone had robbed the place before killing Norman upstairs. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. I could only think of poor Norman upstairs. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Of all the postcards, that one seemed to be the most popular. There were only a few left. Norman was dead, but I had no idea why. Was he involved in all this somehow, or was he just another victim? That gun I had found only seemed to complicate matters. It was such a relief to finally be rid of it. Home wasn't far off now. Even though the rain was relentless, I had to keep going. Let's look around and see what we can see. So these are all different. Okay, so where do these all go? I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Because that's not my home. That must be the right one. That door only led me back. I had to find my house. This gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out, as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at that letter? Yes. There was no return address, but the was addressed to Norman. Carefully, I tore it open and looked into the letter inside. It read, "Stay away. She's mine." That was it. No signature, no other information. Crap. Who wrote this? Damn it, Norman, what did you get yourself into? Crap. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Okay, guys, looks like that's going to be it for now. Man, this thing, it gives you just enough information to, like, kind of start thinking about what could be, but you really don't know. You know, you never really know what's going on here. And I gotta be honest, I kind of like that. So I am very interested to see what happens next. I'm thinking so many terrible things. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys on the next one, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.